Hello, welcome to whatever this is. Just kidding. This is um, my first podcast, vlog, whatever we want to call it. Um, the title of this, whatever it becomes, is called Centered with Ciara. So, this is the first time I am recording something with a purpose in mind. So, the quality may not be as good, and I'm totally new to the technological side of things. So, hopefully, this mic is picking up feedback. Um, and the topics that I will discuss will be in relation to um, things like politics, things like religion. Um, My major is early childhood education, so things about parenting and my experience working with children. Things like conspiracy theories and health and our bodies and mindfulness and just pretty much the whole range of things. And the reason it's called Centered with Ciara is because I happen to be very centered on my views. Um, Everything that I say is coming from a background of a religious view. I was born and raised in the apostolic faith, um, and I went to a Trinitarian school. So I will always have the foundation of Christian values. However, I do seek out logical explanations for things in addition to what the Bible has to say about stuff. Even in the Christian church, there is a lot of um, mixed views about things and different interpretations of things. So basically, this whole podcast is going to be about being centered in my views, kind of. So if we're going to talk about a specific subject, I'll talk about my views and what the Bible says and what I believe about it, but also what opposing views have to say about it. If I knew how to insert things, I would insert them here. Um, Hopefully this isn't going to make noise. If it does, I'm sorry. So, this is a place for no judgment. I will offer you resources. I will encourage you to critically think about the things that I am telling you, and I hope that it can spark a discussion, whether that be with me personally or people around you. I will always be transparent, open, and honest, considerate of what you will be saying, empathetic towards your needs, patient with you, and loving. Um, I know that I've experienced a lot of judgment growing up, and I don't want anyone to feel that from me. And if you have felt that from me in the past, or old Ciara was rude or disrespectful, had an attitude, I know that for a fact. So if I've ever hurt you personally, I apologize, and if I have a chance to do that in person, I definitely will. So this is the intro. Um, this is directed towards those who are from a religious background, but it's completely open to everybody. So everything that I'm saying is pretty much based on an apostolic point of view, but feel free to ask me questions if you disagree. Um, it's not that it's, I guess it is directed towards these people because that's my personal viewpoint and that's my scope of life. But if you disagree, then feel free to have a discussion with me about it. I want this just to be an open place. So I'm here because I can talk a lot, but I tend to be to myself. I want this to be a place for discussion about topics of interest to me. Like I said, religion, politics, mental health, cosmetology. I always have different crazy colored hair. I love conspiracy theories and talking about things that may seem dark or unusual for Christians to talk about. I have been interested in the music industry and the Illuminati and government conspiracies since high school. I grew up in church. I am very open and willing to talk about anything that might be considered taboo. And I hope that sorry for the background noise, whoever listens to this knows that they're not alone. That there are people who are willing to encourage you and love you and accept you how you are. And basically, what prompted a lot of conversations recently in my life was about, so I'm filming this in May. Last year in July, I filmed a video with a company, and I was on there as a Trump supporter. And I take a look at the comments a lot just because that's who I am as a person. And a lot of people, and I talked to someone who was in the video. I ended up becoming friends with the girl who was the Trump hater. And we just had a discussion about what that video was for us and what some of the comments had said. And it seems that a lot of people blindly follow the media. And I actually don't have social media. The more that time goes on, the more I see that that's a good thing for my mental health, and that was just something that I couldn't do and that didn't help my struggles and my growth. But it's totally beneficial to whoever it is beneficial to. But we just noticed that a lot of people in the comments of that particular video basically liked her just because she hated him and not because of who she was as a person or who we are as people. And they make judgments based on who you vote for or what you believe or basically those type of things. Or if you say that you think that what's happening in our current situation, this is 2020, so I don't have to say what's going on. Basically, if you say you disagree with certain things, you're attacked almost. So I guess this will be my description as to why I made the choice to vote for this man in 2016. So at the time, like I said in the video, I feel like we had more religious freedom. And like I said earlier, this is a background of my religious belief and my scope of life. And I just felt that while to my understanding, God is in control of who is in office and votes don't necessarily matter to the extent we think they do, I just didn't want to vote for someone who completely opposed every Christian value I had. And yes, people say you shouldn't vote religiously, and it's not about that. But at that time, that's what I felt. And I don't support him as a person. I don't think he's a nice person. I think he is very, I don't want to say mean things about him, but basically it's just, I think that if someone's in charge, like, be respectful and support them. Don't try to bash them down. Don't try to do anything to hurt them. Just accept what's happened and find ways to cope with it. So yeah, I think that the more time goes on, the more I am more centered. And I think that my next votes for now and maybe in the future would be more of the libertarian viewpoint, because I basically believe that Jesus, God, gave us free will, and I should not be the person who decides what someone does or does not do with their life. So if you believe something, why should I tell you to believe differently? I'm going to share what I believe, you can share what you believe, and we can talk about it, we can disagree. But I'm hoping that this, whatever this is, podcast video, I don't know what to call it because this is my mic, and until I figure out technological stuff, then this is the situation. But my hope is that people just are willing to do research and not just blindly following what the media or what social media tells you. I think that we're in a really crazy time right now. and we don't talk to each other. I think it's really important that we have discussions and we talk about our disagreements and we're willing to hear people out. If you disagree with me, please tell me why. There's no way that I can change my mind or my viewpoint if we're not willing to have a discussion about it. So that's what my hope is for this. And any suggestions about what you want to hear. Yeah, this is all new to me, and this was some suggested content, I guess, and so this is why I'm here. This is a short, well, it's not really short, I guess, for YouTube, but my goal is about 20 minutes each episode, and I will probably shoot on Saturday mornings. So around this time will be when it comes out, between like 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., depending on what time I wake up. I don't know if you heard that. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you, and send suggestions. I kind of went over the stuff that I'm interested in and I'm open to talking about because of my experiences with those topics, but I'm open to anything. Yeah, this was just an intro, so I didn't really go into topics, but basically I'm just going to give you differing opinions, my opinion, Bible opinion, and then do your own research. Okay, so bye.